Hello, Javier. Good morning. Let's just wait. We're gonna wait 2 more minutes to see if the rest of your classmates join us. All right, we're gonna start at 10:05 if nobody joins us. Can you hear me right now? Can you listen to me, Javier? Okay.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Let's just wait 1 more minute. Let's see if somebody comes to class. And all right, so Roque is here, and then whoever joins us will make sure we continue with them. Hi, Roque. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine. Fine.
Good.
Very fine.
All right. So in this case, remember, I actually made a mistake. I do want to tell you guys that the exam, what they were both supposed to be today, but for some reason, I don't know why, I thought they were on Wednesday. So we're gonna continue with the class today. And Wednesday we're gonna have the quiz. Okay.
Okay.
All right. And what we're going to do today is basically we're going to practice some exercises of gerunds and infinitives.
Mm-hmm.
We are going to practice presentation skills, which is something that you're going to need for the presentation. And we're going to talk about your presentation. Remember that you have to give a presentation before the next unit. All right. So I don't know if you have questions with this.
I imagine that we are going to talk about something related with the unit, or is
Yes.
a free topic?
No, in this case, we're going to talk something like the presentation you have to give is going to be something related to the unit. So it is going to be something related to stress. I am going to give you some like topics, but you can definitely use your. I mean, you can change or modify the topic if you want. Okay, but it has to be about stress. That's the important thing.
Okay.
All right, so this is what we're going to do right now. We're starting and we're going to try to finish at 11:20, 11:30, more or less. So, well, we talked about this. Did you do the homework?
Yes.
All right. So we're actually gonna go to that part. And we're going to start. I know, I'm sorry, I changed this one. So I'm just gonna ask you if you had any questions with the homework or something that you put that you're not so sure about, or no?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna be checking this one. Who wants to help me with number 1 and number 2? Who wants to read these two with the answers that you put from the homework?
It is the second exercise.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I can help you.
I have an idea. Well, it was my idea. Can I say it?
Yes. All right. So for number 1, it says, "I thought you always." And which one did you select from the PowerPoint slide that I sent you?
Wanted to be.
Wanted to be.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you always wanted to be a pilot. And then number 2, "I didn't."
Expect.
Expect to work.
Expect to work for such long hours. "I can't."
Imagine writing.
Okay. Imagine writing papers and
Having.
having. And then, "Good thing I didn't encourage you."
To become.
To become.
Very good. So yes, these are the answers. Questions that you have with this particular exercise? No? So in this case, the thing that is very important is that we have to pay attention to, well, in this case, in the words that we have. But yes, these are all good. Let's go with the next activity because I do want to make sure. All right. In here we had to choose. So who wants to read number 1?
Me.
Okay.
Jerry wants to avoid working in an office, so he plans to be a dietitian.
Okay. So we have to avoid and to be. Everybody has the same thing, or do you have something different?
No, I am agree.
Okay. Number 2, who wants to read number 2?
I.
Okay.
Ellie considered becoming an emergency room doctor, but she doesn't enjoy being under pressure.
All right. Very good. So we're gonna check the answers in a moment. Number 3, who wants to help me read number 3?
Me.
Okay.
The university encourages students to take internships, especially if they plan to work in business.
Okay. Good. Number 4, another person that is not Sandra or Roque. If you don't have the answers, it's okay, but you can help me read.
I teacher.
Okay.
For if you are considering to have a career in a medicine, expect going to school for several years.
Okay. Very good. We're gonna check the answers in a moment. And number 5, who wants to help me read number 5?
I can imagine running into a burning building, so he doesn't want to be a firefighter.
Firefighter. Okay. So let's see. All right. So in this case, this one, Angela, let's just pay attention to this because considering and considering and expect, they need to be followed by a gerund. Well, by a this one by a gerund, which is having, and expect you need to use an infinitive, which would be in this case to go.
Okay.
So this verb and this verb, they need to be like gerund and infinitive. What questions do you have with this exercise? Before I continue with the last one, so we can practice a little bit more of this. No questions?
No.
And then we have this one. Okay. Let me just put this. All right, so I'm going to read and I'm going to ask you to tell me what are the answers that you put in here. So it says many college students. What did you?
Taking.
Take.
Okay, many students. Well, this one is a combination of all like different things. So don't worry about if you don't have the answers, like the same answers. So many college students take a semester off from school if they want.
To get.
Get.
To get.
If they want to get, remember, want, you need to use infinitive. Some work experience. They often prefer
Fine.
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 to find good internships in the types of companies or organizations that they hope
To work.
To work.
very good for after they finish college. This way, they can learn more about the industry and find out if they will or they'll enjoy
Working.
Working.
good in that field in the future. Most students shouldn't expect
To get.
Getting paid.
To it.
to get. In this case, expect would be with an infinitive.
Okay.
Okay, to get paid if they find an internship. However, even if an internship is unpaid, students should still consider
To do it.
doing it. Yes, consider
Doing it.
consider. We have to use a gerund. Yes. Their work experience gained will increase their chances of getting a permanent job in the future and make the job search process less stressful. Okay. Questions with this activity in particular? Something that you're not sure, or a question that you may have with the gerunds or the infinitives?
No.
Okay, so we're gonna do another activity. Now it's gonna be 3, but okay, this is what I'm going to ask you to do. You're going to be working in, let's see, we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're going to try to work in pairs and in a group of 3. What are you going to do? This one is a communicative activity. So I'm going to give you the verbs. First, you're going to be using these verbs. Likes or like, prefers or prefer, enjoy, and wants or want. And you have all of these options. Okay?
Okay.
What you're going to do is you're going to be asking your classmate or your pair, what do you like or what do you prefer? And these are the options that you can answer. If you want to answer something different, go ahead. Okay? In this case, we're only going to practice gerunds. Okay? So for example, if I ask you, from here, what do you like doing? on the weekends from this list? What do you like doing from the on weekends from this list? What do you like to do? Well, what do you like doing?
I like watching movies and TV.
Okay. And what do you prefer doing on Mondays from this list?
I prefer playing video games. No, I don't know.
Okay, all right, yes, it's okay, don't worry. And so on, so on, so on. You're gonna continue like that. I'm going to send the picture to the WhatsApp group, and what I want you to do is just make questions and use this list as an example, or you can invent your own examples if you feel better with that, okay? All right, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes for you to work on this. Let me just send you the picture to the WhatsApp group, okay? Let's see. All right, let me know when you receive the picture to the WhatsApp group. Did you receive it now or no?
No.
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 Oh, that's weird.
Okay, there is the image.
All right. So I'm gonna give you 5-6 minutes for you to complete this. Again, you can use the list so you can answer, or you can use your own examples, okay? Let me just send you to the breakout room. Hold on. All right, please accept the invitation to the breakout room.
And you, what you prefer?
Prefer working and listening to music.
What type of music?
Or for example, when I have to study, I like listening barroca music.
Okay.
Barroca music, and for me, it's relaxing, and it's when you have in state of alpha.
Hello, Miss. I was experimenting problems with my microphone, so
All right, let
I'm
me.
here.
Okay, so I'm gonna send you both to the breakout room. Okay,
yes.
Yes, teacher. Sorry.
it's okay, no worry. All right, there you go.
Okay. What do you want to do at the end of the year?
Okay, at the end of the year. Okay, well, it's not here, but I think I will prefer hanging out with my family and traveling to Acapulco to see the fireworks. Um, yeah, for the end of the year, yeah.
Perfect.
So what do you enjoy to do when you are on holidays?
Can you repeat the question, please?
What do you like to do on holidays?
Well, I like to mm, go to Baja California and visit my family and have a nice holiday with them, I think.
You are from Baja California?
No, I'm from Michoacán, but almost all my mom's family is living in Baja California, in Ensenada. I don't know why,
That's
but they decide to move to there.
yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's nice. It's a nice place. It's a relaxing place, I think.
Yeah, it's a relaxing place. I want to travel to La Paz.
That's nice. It's gonna be nice. Well, mm, what do you enjoy between hanging out with friends and playing with a pet?
So I prefer to play video games with my friends and watching movies and watch movies on TV.
Okay, preferred one is with. Okay, your turn.
Okay, what do you prefer to do in your week?
In my week, all the days, mm, I prefer do playing with my dogs all the days in the mornings when I walk in the park with him, and all the days I prefer sleep and sleeping. Mm, and I think, and the other, one,
Okay,
but okay,
now tell me.
okay. Mm, what do you prefer doing in the mornings?
Oh, what do I enjoy? It will be the next.
Ah, okay, yes. What do you enjoy in the mornings?
All right, let's just wait for everybody to come back, and we're gonna review this for a little, and we'll do the next activity as a whole group.
Yeah.
They're coming back. All right, I think everybody's here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. All right. Who's missing? Oh, either. All right. So in this case, this is what we are going to do. Well, you pretty much finished this activity. I need you to tell me again because this is important. I'm just gonna highlight this part. What questions do you still have with gerunds and infinitives? Remember that in this case, for example, I selected like, prefer, enjoy, and want. Like can be used for both, but I have prefer, I have enjoy, want, okay? So we need to pay attention to that. What questions do you have with this before we do the next activity?
Mm, well, I think I don't have questions. I think I just practice.
Yes. So in this case, really the only thing is that you need to identify. For example, if I have a sentence that says, I don't know, I avoid. So if avoid is the verb, then I have to use a gerund. And in this case, it would be, for example, I avoid eating pizza, for example, or I considered eating pizza last night. So what you need to identify are these verbs, because these are the ones that are going to be, well, not these ones, but these are similar to the ones that they are going to be in the quiz. So it is important for us to identify that, okay?
Okay.
But we're gonna continue working today with this. So, and we're gonna do another activity. This one, we're gonna do it here in the principal session. Again, we're gonna communicate, but we're going to take turns. So this is I send you a picture of the different verbs that we have to the WhatsApp group. So in this case, I selected the verb like, and like, if you check in the WhatsApp group, it can be for both the gerund and the infinitive. So in this case, this one, exercising, what is it? A gerund or an infinitive? Exercising, what is it?
Gerund.
A gerund, right?
Sorry,
So
you're wrong.
in this case, I put, do you like exercising when you're stressed? So what would you answer? Yes, I do, or no, I don't? What do you guys would answer if I ask you this question?
Yes, I
I
do.
do.
Okay, very good. And then I have this other question. Do you prefer to exercise in a gym or outdoors? In this case, prefer. What am I using, a gerund or an infinitive?
Infinitive.
An infinitive, okay, because I am using prefer. So what do you prefer? Do you prefer exercise in a gym or outdoors?
It doesn't matter for me.
Okay. All right. So this is what I'm going to ask you to do. I send you the picture to the WhatsApp group. Right now, we are going to take turns. We are not going to breakout rooms, but I want you to start asking questions to your classmates. Okay. And you have to answer depending on the question. Yes, I do. No, I don't. And why. Okay. That is important. You have to answer with a reason. Why. Okay. It can be,
Okay.
they can be questions with gerunds or they can be questions with infinitives. It doesn't matter. So I don't know who wants to start with some questions. You can invent the questions, don't worry.
Okay.
Well, you know what? Before actually, I'm actually going to give you. Before we start speaking, I'm going to give you the opportunity to write 2 questions with a gerund and 2 questions with an infinitive. Okay. You can use your notebook or a piece of paper, whatever you have in hand, 2 and 2. And I want you to prepare because we're going to ask and answer questions, okay, in this session. All right?
All right.
Okay. So I'm gonna give you 5 minutes for you to do this. When you are ready, let me know so we can start, okay? We still have like 2 more minutes.
I'm finished, teacher.
Right? What about the rest? Are you ready? So.
I'm not ready.
Okay. Let's just wait one more minute with whatever you have, and then we will start. Ready? If you only have 1, 2, or 3, it's okay. You don't have to complete the 4. So we can start practicing and checking whatever question you may have, okay? Let me... I don't know why I stopped sharing it. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Let's see. All right. Well, Annie, you finished, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So who do you want to ask some of your questions? You can ask one person or 2 people. Who do you want to ask?
Okay. Well, my person will be Rocket.
Okay. So for Roque.
Okay.
Okay.
Rocket. Do you avoid eating fast food on your week?
Do I avoid what?
Eating fast food on the week.
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because I want to be healthy. And is correct my answer or is...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's the reason.
I want to be healthy and I like to do exercise.
Okay. So now, Roque, you're going to be, we're gonna do like a chain. So you are next. Who do you want to ask?
Well, my first question is similar to your question, so I'm going to start with the second one.
Okay.
That is more specific. Do you expect? No. Do you enjoy listening to music?
Who do you want to ask?
Okay. To Javier.
Okay.
Yes, I enjoy it. But I enjoy listen one type of music is music in English, but it's like a pop.
Okay.
Okay.
In other type I don't like.
Okay, so you like to listen to pop music.
Yes.
Enjoy. Okay. All right, very good. So now, Javier, you're going to ask one of your questions to another of your classmates. So who do you want to ask?
Angela.
Okay.
Do you like watching movies when you are bored?
When I what?
Bored.
Okay. Yes, I like watching movies. Teacher is correct. I like watching
Yes, remember that like is one of the verbs that you can use both a gerund and an infinitive, so it's correct.
Okay. Yes, I like watching movies when I am bored.
Okay, very good.
Then
Angela, ask one of your questions to one of your classmates.
in infinitive or gerund?
In whatever question you want to, in whatever you want
Okay.
to.
My question is from Eder. Do you prefer to eat hell or in hell?
I prefer to eat healthy because my body needs.
Okay, very good.
Mhm.
And Eder, who do you
Okay.
want to ask? What question do you want to ask?
Okay. Who is Sandra?
Mm-hmm.
Are you there, Sandra?
Yeah.
Okay. Sandra, do you enjoy eating cake without coffee?
Mm, well, I enjoy eating cake without coffee, but I prefer with the coffee.
Okay.
All right, very good. So Sandra, you can ask either Gerardo or Annie one of your questions.
Okay. Gerardo, did you decide to go out during the quarantine?
No, I'm in a lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
Very much, I'm in quarantine.
Okay, right.
And well, the reason why is um, because I would like to stay safe in my house without the risk of going infected and die. So
Okay,
Okay,
very
thank
good.
you.
Gerardo, can you ask one of the questions to Annie?
yeah, I mean, do you like driving when you're in a hurry?
What? Can you repeat the question?
Do you like driving when you're in a hurry?
Um, well, I prefer to drive on my time.
Okay.
But usually I don't drive. Drives my brother.
All right, very good. All right, so before we continue with another activity, again, practicing gerunds and infinitives. Who wants to ask another question or who wants to, yeah, and ask another question before we continue so you can have more opportunity to practice.
Mm, okay.
No?
Well, maybe
Okay.
I can ask to Roque. Do you
Okay.
enjoy playing video games with your friends?
Yes, I do a lot
All right.
because we play many games, many video games during the week. We have a variety of games to play.
All
Perfect.
right. Very good. Thank you, Roque. So anybody else who wants to ask another question before we continue?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we're going to continue with the next activity. Again, we're going to, the focus is going to be gerunds, infinitives, or verbs that we use for both. So let me just change the slide. And this is what I'm going to give you. All right. So we're going to be using this green box, and the instructions are in the yellow box. It says, well, the title is, what story can you make? My instructions are for you to work in pairs or in groups of 3. You have to use a gerund, or you have to use, well, actually both. You have to use gerunds and infinitives to create a story. So you're basically going to invent a story, okay? You can use your imagination. However, and this is important, you have to use you have to include the verbs that are in here. Okay, the verbs that are in here, the verbs that are in here. Not all of them, of course, because you have to create a story. So the verbs that you use, they should be connected in a way. And you're going to present it, or you're going to share it later to the class. I'm going to give you 6-7 minutes for you guys to create the story. You can use, I mean, if you're in your computer, you can use a PowerPoint, or you can use a Word document to type the story, and then you can share it to us so we can see it, okay?
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
So I'm gonna send this, again, I'm gonna send this particular picture specifically to the WhatsApp group. And how many minutes do you have to complete this activity?
6 or 7.
Very good. So hold on a second. All right, so let's see. Okay, so I'm gonna separate you, and I'm gonna, okay. Please accept the breakout room invitation and check the picture that I sent to the WhatsApp group, okay?
Words with gerund and infinitive.
Yes.
Avoid,
Google
enjoy,
Sheets, please.
consider. Historia about one person or a lot of person.
Mm, 2 friends.
The
So we can start with, hi, I am Isabel. And this is my story. Yeah.
All right. Okay, we can put everything starts when I woke up in the morning at 8, 8 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, everything, but
Yeah, everything starts when I woke up
when I woke up. We can say in a different house than the mine.
Oh, okay, okay. Everything starts when I woke up in a different what?
House
Okay, in a different house.
instead of the mine, or what?
In
Or
this,
in
can be she prefer read books. I don't know, like I don't know what is the type of books, but I I say or novels. I don't know.
what?
This we have to describe the book. I don't know.
Yes, yes, yes. We can, I guess, we can describe the house because it's different.
Yes, it's okay.
So everything that Isabel discovered in this house, she is going to describe it to us in a different house. We can say I didn't expect this. I didn't expect to be in this situation. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay. Everything started when I woke up in a different house. I didn't expect to be in this situation.
Mm,
I don't know.
Decide to invite the girl for have a date. I don't know.
¿Cómo? Perdón, no te entendí porque se dio ruido.
Well, mm, he decided to invite her out. I don't have the picture. Um, prefers to cook. Loves to cook. Or to relaxing. Mm.
But
But I would like to do
she need
cycle.
to, what she needed to learn,
To
to
learn.
learn cook. O sea, que no podía necesitar.
And then this.
And we can put, but I was wondering, uh, or yeah, I want to know what I was doing here.
I guess we are repeating this, and so I decide to discover what is happening, and then we
Oh
put
yeah,
it
yeah, I
again.
didn't listen to that part.
And you escape safe. You escape safe point. That, and then we can say the house. Uh, we can put continue.
All right. So you guys, did you guys finish?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So let's just wait for the others, and then we will check the stories that you have. Let's just wait for the others. I think they are finishing as well. All right, so I think everybody's back. So what we're gonna do right now is to actually check the presentation. Well, not the presentation, sorry, the story that you have. So which team or pair or group wants to be first? Who wants to share your story?
Well, we didn't finish, but we have a good paragraph if you want to hear.
Okay, sure. You can read it to us or show it to us.
Yes. Hi, I am Isabel, and this is my story. Everything started when I woke up in a different house. I didn't expect to be in this situation. I imagined I was dreaming or having a nightmare. So I decided to discover what is happening, but I couldn't understand why I'm being hurt. I hope to escape and you escape safe. And that is the paragraph that we have.
Okay, all right, very good. It is a non-finished story, but I think it has potential to be a like a horror story or something.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
very
yeah.
good. All right, very good. And Sandra, Angela, and Eder, who wants to share your story?
Okay. The story was last week. I met a friend in the gym, and we were talking about things that we prefer to do in the day. And I told her that I enjoy doing exercise because it makes me feel healthy and relaxed. Then she said that she prefers to cook healthy food most than doing exercise because she loves to cook. It helped her to be more relaxed and focused in the kitchen. I consider that her opinion is interesting, but I don't like to cook. However, she promised that she will help me to learn how to cook healthy food. And also she recommended me to eat a lot of vegetables and fruits and don't to forget the drinks water. It's gonna be good way the mainly my body health. It's all.
All right. Okay. Very interesting story as well. Um, it was really nice that you were talking about healthy food, especially in these times where I think anxiety wants us to eat a lot of junk food.
Mm.
They're really good. All right.
Thank you.
Okay. So let me just share. All right. So in this case, with this, we pretty much finished the unit. I'm going to show you just one more thing. However, I want to check if you have questions with, uh, in this case, the gerunds, the infinitive, and the verbs that we use with them. What do you still have questions or something? Remember that on Wednesday we have the quiz. So these are going to be part of the quiz, obviously, because it's grammar. So I don't know if you have questions with this.
No.
No? What about the rest?
No, I don't have.
No, teacher.
Okay, I'm going to send you today this presentation, so you can check it. Also, in case you still don't have the book, again, like I said the other day, I do recommend you guys buy the book whenever you have the opportunity. But I'm going to send the presentation to the WhatsApp group so you can have it and you can study from there. And we're gonna continue with the next part. So, like I said at the beginning of the course and at the beginning of this class, in these levels, similar to the TED Talk videos that we watch, you guys have to make a presentation. Only one presentation every course in advance. Normally, the presentations are one day before the quiz, in like the first quizzes, or after the first quizzes. So what are we going to do? We're gonna go back to this slide in a moment. The presentation, it can be in a PowerPoint document, it can be in a Word document, whatever makes you feel safe and whatever you think you can work with. Roque was asking me if the presentation, the topic of the presentation was going to be related to the unit. It is related to the unit. So I think the main topic that we have discussed is stress. So in
Yes.
here, I put a story related to stress, something funny that happened to you. You can talk about how do you manage stress, but you have to give details. Your thoughts, emotions, feelings when you are under a lot of stress, if you want to talk about that. And stress, have you done something that you regret? These are some topics that I have. But if you say like, no, I want to do something different, do something different, but it has to be like stress has to be included, okay? Because that's something that we have been practicing in this unit, okay?
Okay.
The presentation, it is a presentation, so it's like if you go to school and the teacher asks you to do a presentation, it's the same. In this case, the difference is that we have to take between 3 or 4 minutes. Sorry, not Saturday. I don't know why I put Saturday. So every presentation will last 3 or 4 minutes, and everybody has to bring the presentation next Friday, okay? Because that's the day we are going to present the presentations, okay?
Okay.
But we're going to make a presentation about stress. That's a that's a presentation, like talking about stress.
Yeah, you can talk about stress in different ways. So you can talk about stress in a funny story, in a story that you got in trouble, or you can talk about how you manage stress and be very specific with the details. So these are some options that I put, but these are just some options. They are not all of the options. So you can invent a story if you want, but you have to give a presentation related to that.
Teacher,
Mhm.
I can make the presentation about me or one situation about me.
Yeah, you can make the, yeah, in this case, you can do it about yourself, about a friend that you know, or you can invent a story if you want, and you can just share it. But you have to include stress in the story because that's like the principal topic we have been talking about.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know if you have questions with this. You can ask me
No.
now or you can ask on Wednesday, but everybody has to bring the presentation on Friday.
Okay.
Okay, now the only thing is, what was I going to ask you? Try to, like, in the presentation, you can include pictures, you can include whatever, like words and stuff. But the idea is that you present, and when you present, I know that we're not going to be looking at you if you're reading or not, but try to work a lot with the speaking, because that's the thing that I'm going to be evaluating. Okay, it is going to be part of the grade, so this is important. Okay.
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 All right, so, and this is what I'm going to show you. So do you remember when we watched the videos about this lady, Kelly McGonigal, the different
Yes.
parts of the video? Okay, so in this case, normally in her video, the things that we could see, it was that she was involving the audience. Do you remember what she was doing with the audience, with the people who were in there during her presentation? What was she doing with them?
Like asking to them.
Asking them questions. What else do you remember?
Hmm. Maybe doing them part of the expressions that she is talking about.
Exactly. So that's the thing that I want you to pay attention to. Well, not to pay attention, but to think about when you give your presentation. Okay. Maybe not in all of the presentation, but you can include us because we're going to be your audience. You can include us in your presentation by maybe asking us questions or describing a situation, or, well, in this case, this one is a little difficult because we're not physically in the same room, but you can try to include us with some of the questions that you want to ask during the presentation that you want to create. Okay.
Okay.
Right, I'm gonna send this anyways in the WhatsApp group. So whatever question you have from today until Thursday to ask me. And if you want me to see the presentation you have before Friday, you can send it to me as well. Remember, like I said, it is part of the grade.
Okay.
So, questions that you have so far?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes.
In the presentation, we have to put the story, or can be like a keywords.
Yeah, they can be keywords. You don't have to put all of the, like, the story or description. You can use keywords and just speak when you have to speak.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to write like everything. You can use keywords, but the idea is that you like the real idea or the actual idea is for you to speak, and you can use whatever you have in there.
Okay.
Any other question? No?
No.
No.
All right, very good. So for now, I think that's it. I'm going to let you go 5 minutes earlier. I'll see you next Wednesday. Remember that on Wednesday we have the quiz. We're gonna start with the quiz, and then we're gonna continue with the next unit. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I'll see you next Wednesday. Study. I'm gonna send you the PowerPoint in a moment, and that'll be it. Thank you so much.
Bye, teacher.
Thank
Bye
you, teacher.
bye. See you.
See you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.